And became the face of this team.
22-year-old from Miami looking to throw in the first play, feels pressure, and the Tide will get a sack.
They've been playing a ton of zone and sitting back, not blitzing as much as you would think. I think the plan's going to change today because they want to make Mendoza.
19th time all season that Mendoza has been sacked. 2nd and 12. Handoff inside, and that's Hemby. The third down conversions, 56%. Need 4. Mendoza harassed. 2 sacks for the Tide in the opening series.
Late. Watch Hubbard right here. He ends up moving around. By the time he comes over, look how he comes clean. You saw the back there. Hemby stepped up to pick up the backer, but again, that's going to be
Not dealing with some crowd noise. This is a pro-Indiana crowd in Pasadena. Simpson has plenty of time and now tries to create on the move. Hit as he gets it away. Cuevas. It's hard to pick 2 impact players from that defense. There are so many of them. And here's a catch on the perimeter. 4 teams, last 5 games, under 30% conversion. Here comes a late blitz underneath. It's the running back, Daniel.
They kind of watch the stunt movement. They're going to try to really affect the communication. Good job by the center, Brailsford. They just leaked him out. Little angle route, 4-on-4. Knew exactly where he needed to go to get that first down, and
he was barely set when they snapped it that time, wasn't he? Simpson play action on first down, feels some pressure, and tries to create on the move, and it's a check down to Cuevas over there. And now the first run. Hill has some space on the left side, hurdles, perhaps overmatch a quick but smaller defensive front. This time they try the right side with no success very quickly, so plenty of time to adjust what the Hoosiers were showing. Simpson looking to throw quickly, finds Hill behind the line of scrimmage, and he'll lose yardage.
About Hardy is he's a guy that really does a nice job of bringing pressure. He's able to get loose. This year he has 8 sacks on the year. You can see Simpson barely able to follow through, and what a play out there on the edge. By
Hoosiers are showing pressure. Don't bring it, except off the edge, a free runner. Simpson has to heave it downfield on the run, and it's almost intercepted.
This is zone pressure. You bring this, you drop here, create some kind of doubt or confusion for Proctor, the left tackle. Luckily, Simpson's athletic, but watch the defensive play here by Ryan Williams, the receiver. At the end of that play, and that comes close to being an interception, but he's able to knock that football away from Moore to prevent the pick.
Quarterback here is the 5th in his family to carry that name, and hand it off to Kalen Black.
Indiana needs to respond with some quick throws.
There's another run to Kalen Black. He bursts forward and set. See what Signetti calls on 3rd and 2. They get Mendoza on the move, and he flips over the middle, and it's a complete
of just finding the open space. Came off of a tight coverage there. Look where the ball is thrown away from the defender to Xavier Brown. 3rd down. This is what Mendoza has done all year. He is clutch in big moments. Here they are penned inside their own field. He makes a great throw off schedule.
Excellent receiving core. They got 4 main weapons, and that tight end Nowakowski. That's Surratt again on the edge, and he just plowed.
Keontae Scott make this play right here where he jumped it and picked it off against Ohio State. To me, it looked like Red Morgan was thinking the same thing. He saw everything he needed to see as an indicator to think that ball's coming out quickly. Mention, what will you do to counter Womack's?
2nd and short. They pitch it to the edge again, and one more time it's Surratt, who can't escape the playing the fullback position in front of Hemby. And Hemby hit hard in the hole by
his offensive lineman of the year in the Big Ten. It's time they move him in. It's almost as an extra fullback. Just a little wrinkle there. Put a Johnny there at left tackle. So they went super big and used the Big Ten offense.
Made the stop, but the Hoosiers backed up deep. Got a little something going here now, and it's Hemby off the left side.
Indiana getting 3rd level of the defense, of whether he's handing it or throwing it.
2nd and 9. The Tide show pressure, but don't bring it. And a downfield shot, and caught at the sidelines. Getting the foot down.
Really is. He's really come on lately. Does he get the toe tap? He certainly does. What a route. Really good timing. Mentioned Bama's going to play some man-to-man. That's him going up against Xavier Brown, and he beats him on a very well-designed play.
Kalen Black Picks his way, and they're so good at finding little creasy runs.
Absolutely, Chris. I just want to go back to this play. Hubbard blitzes. This is what you're going to see a lot of. Here he is on outside 80. Look at this move against Xavier Brown. Moves to the inside, sells it, and then both receivers, Cooper and Charlie Becker, wide open against that man-to-man look from Alabama.
Mendoza throws a beautiful downfield ball. 2nd and 5, 10th play of this drive. Black. Balls forward again. Doesn't look like both guys about 210 pounds, but that's a little deceptive. Quick pitch to the perimeter. Catch made by E.J. Williams. And Xavier Brown wrestles him down.
And if you play him soft, he's going to take it. He saw pre-snap. Xavier Brown, he's done this all year. If guys are 8 to 10 yards off the ball, it's just a quick, easy throw to these receivers. That time, E.J. Williams did a nice job there coming back to the ball.
The tall, long-arm receiver is a physical player, excellent blocker. And again, handoff as Black powers forward for a first down. Hoosiers muscling down into the red zone.
And even Nowakowski, the tight end, he's off to the right. You see 37. Look at that double team. They're just moving Rusal out of that hole. And then there's the tough running that we just alluded to. This time it's Black and the crowd reacting.
And off inside to Hemby. The Hoosiers are scary efficient in the red zone. First of all, they've had 6. Hemby motions out. Mendoza took a peek that way. Now throws into the middle. And the tight end, Noah
leader in the alpha. And he just does a great job of kind of feeling this. I think he just sensed it. You know, he's a veteran guy. Knew that the timing of what was happening up front in front of him was not. You just see.
3rd and 9. Final 30 seconds. Hemby runs right into traffic. You're right. That Booth. So after all that, 31-yard field goal to cap a long march by the Hoosiers and back for Alabama as they take over from the 25. And he's got the football running left, and he'll be dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Easier path, and so far 0 for.
Handoff and run it again, and
but just getting off of blocks. Look at them using their hands. The interior all year long. Tucker and Ladino especially. Just
play clock at 5 as Simpson drops, and he's going to try to run for it. Can he get there? Gets a block, and Simpson's going to be grabbed.
Ball is. So as he slides, you look at his legs, you think he's got a first down, but where the football is, he seems that he's about a half a yard short. Here's the AT&T connected cam. As soon as that knee touches, it's right where the ball is. So that looks like a very fair spot to me.
That bunch set. Bernard comes in motion. They pop it to him, trying to get the edge, and he's not going to get there. Indiana with a 4th down stop.
Isaiah Jones is right here. Watch the job he does off the edge, getting off the block. Look at that defense flying to the football. 46 right there, sets the edge. There's Aiden Fisher coming in. And that extra effort by
from the Alabama 35. Mendoza pressured again and escapes. Trying to create on the run. A flag is down in that offensive line.
Carter Smith has he's not allowed a sack all year, but this time because of the movement by Mendoza, he's unaware that he's moving to the out.
Hemby off the right side. Stiff arm, gets around the corner, and Hemby gets all the yardage he needed for a first down.
He works on a double team here and then climbs up to the backer. Good kick out block right here by the right tackle. Ojani, see that hole open up, and then he makes Hubbard miss.
Play with tempo, give it right back to Hemby, who fall 5 yards a carry, the 2 running backs for Indiana so far. 2nd down, Mendoza, broken up. Tried to find Becker.
Red Morgan has taken a lot of those snaps away from him in a slot with the way he's come on in the second half of the season. But sitting back there, reading the quarterback's eyes, he broke on that ball, drove down, and got
stop. They're showing pressure. Here it comes. Mendoza has time. Goes end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Becker! Mendoza on
Becker's lined up out here, gets a one-on-one opportunity. Watch the block by the back. Really good job of picking up the middle linebacker And you give him soft coverage like that. Becker has enough twitch. We just bragged about how Deshaun Jones made a great play in front of him. This time he fakes to the outside, a stem, goes to the post, ball's out on time. Up football program and where they have been able to blossom here these last couple years with Kurt Cignetti. So many big moments.
Brooks is going to give it a go from the goal line and test the coverage of Indiana, but the Hoosiers firing at times for this team, and now, just like against Oklahoma, they're down double digits. Simpson on the move. Williams makes the catch. Slides.
Up 10 on Alabama.
The sun is beginning to come out here, bursts through the clouds, and Simpson on the move finds Bernard. Bernard has some space there. He got ahead of
the team. That Alabama will not blink. I know they're down 10 and things look great. Good job play action. That aggressive Indiana defense out of position. Good job of coming back. Good, nice call there by Ryan Grubb. Able to get the linebackers flowing with the play action. They go back the other way, just trying to keep this defense. It's super.
Battle-tested team. We talked about the comeback in Norman. That throw is off target.
Stephen Daly down. Camaro's going to really have to step up. They're going to move him around. He doesn't quite get a hand on it tonight.
Well, they talked about the contingencies without Daly being in there. Guys kind of shifting around, playing different positions.
Stop, but watch where he is. Watch how he's not just going. Watch, this is what they do. You know, one defensive tackle, 95 Tucker, he takes two offensive.
Alabama early stages here on 3rd and 10. Simpson had some time. Coverage was good, and he's
quarterback into his zone, into that flow, in the rhythm. You know, you can look at an in-breaking route here and say, boy, if he would have just been able to kind of trust his protection, he at least had a chance to be able to munch on him in the passing game. This offense does a lot of 3-and-outs.
Jonathan Brady back in his hometown, LA native, catches the punt, and he's got a little space. Spun out of an arm tackle. Let's see if Shanahan is thinking the same thing. Well, it's a play fake. He's got pressure, and he'll be sacked for the 3rd time.
One-on-one right here, works to the inside. They get pressure to the outside, bringing that next level. But he's able to work inside. And you know, Anjani is a guard who kind of plays tackle and it doesn't have the longest arms. And Pierre is a guy that just Alabama's best.
9 sacks now on the season. They'll run it on 2nd and long. And you get a, I can see as he went down, did he land on the football? Nope, that wasn't the deal.
You got 3 or 4 games. They're going to decide everything.
3rd and long. Good protection. Zip down the middle. Ball is caught and then bounces loose. The ball came loose.
Watch Dejoun Lee. It'll be from our right. He does a great job of coming off the receiver and hitting him right as he caught the ball and his feet came down. Bill is telling us that it is an incompletion. Heck of a job there. And Bill, hop in here because, again, fans see him catch the ball, maybe take a step or two. Big hit there by Lee. A big
yards allowed by that Oregon defense. Simpson looks to throw on 1st down, squeezes it in there.
Caller, he's trying to find some rhythm throws, quick game to get the ball out of his hands.
2nd and short. It's Hill.
Doesn't have a carry today.
We feed Hill again, and big fellow lowers his shoulder. That's the reason why Hardy and Fisher have made so many tackles. Simpson across the middle again, and a tough catch made by the big hit.
You saw the blitz right across the rim. This is, as you said, Chris, we've watched him. Not only does he celebrate this, because Ryan Williams is a guy that exploded on the scene last year as a true freshman, and this year's just not been able to hold on to the ball. That's what makes this such a big deal. Pons, who's an all Big Ten corner, lowers the boom right there. That is a big hit. The timing of it.
2nd and 7. Wiley is the back. Isaiah Horton is in motion. And Riley's going to be dragged down. So
of why these guys are so effective, just shooting gaps, slanting, moving, loops, stunts. I mean, how do you run the football when the back?
4-man rush, plenty of time. Simpson escapes and not going to slide. He's going to stay on his feet. Lost the ball as he was hit after getting 1st down yardage.
Held on to. You'll see him come from Ty Simpson's left. Not this hit, but the next hit dislodges the ball right there. So Williams held on. Simpson's not able to, and that was a scramble for a first down that ends up, the result is a turnover.
And Simpson's been dealing with a right elbow injury. It's a bursa sack, and who knows if that was a factor trying to squeeze. He's in a position to try to keep this lead from getting any bigger. It's like Kalen
thinking points themselves now.
Not turnover prone all season, just the 13th turnover by the Tide. Indiana, of course, is tremendous at taking. Look ahead, of course, to the Sugar Bowl tonight. Mendoza trying to buy time, kind of weaving, swerving, and somehow finding space.
Giraffe sometimes, but it's effective. We saw him on his zone read. This is part of his game that's very underrated. Heck of a job by Alabama taking away those crossers. He's forced to have to create. You don't see him do it a ton, but he does it enough to make you have to respect it and know exactly where he...
I hear you. Awkward, but effective.
Yeah,
Typically, he scrambles horizontally. That time he goes up the middle. And trying to get the perimeter as Hemby does get around the corner.
You go down 17. It's a long road. This isn't Oklahoma.
Hemby falls forward. Yeah, it's an Indiana team. If it was correct right now, they're saying it's third and about a yard. Bill Lamagna has his hand up. A call on you, Mr. Lamagna.
Looked to me like he had a first down.
Clearly, yeah.
You know, at least by a yard.
It bothers you. He's done that. It's been very noteworthy. That's why he's a Heisman winner. There's a handoff running left. And banging off people as Hemby, another big four.
Well, they're going to pull here the center and the guard, but watch the block by Surratt as well against the corner. Lee pushes him inside, so the second time in a row they work that left side, and they're able to get the edge and get positive yards. This offensive line works in sync. Good job there. Good block. They're already in field goal range. Like I said, they're thinking touchdown.
Kalen Black is back in the game now. He's in the pattern, and it's a check down to him. Makes the catch, and Black quickly accelerates.
The ball, just the ability to be able to accelerate. Here he is just checking it down and then making a linebacker miss, getting upfield.
Tempo, quick pitch to the sideline again as Mendoza spreading the ball around. 5 guys have caught passes and running a well. Black down to the 5. Interestingly,
watching him run right now all over Alabama's defense.
30 seconds to go, and with 1 timeout, no urgency.
Indiana, they're going to be able to win the line of scrimmage. Look at that effort in the interior there. And then you add into that the way the running style of these backs behind.
No more timeouts to work with. So they're looking to throw, and Mendoza flips it. Easy pitch and catch. There's Omar Cooper Jr. And Indiana stretches the lead before halftime.
Is on top of that, and then they drive 11 plays, 58 yards, and there's that man-to-man. It wasn't anything super fancy. Hit the 1 yard line, play action, just trusting Cooper to outrun Brown to the corner, and for all that he's done for this great game.
Everybody aware of the importance of this opening possession of the second half. Can they do what Ohio State was able to do? You know, Simpson, who is a tough guy, will try to grit it out. 2nd and 12, pressure comes, ball batted down, just rejected by.
Make up without Stephen Daly, and they've done a heck of a job of just winning up front, trying to set up a screen there to the tight end Cuevas.
Touchdowns, and Isaiah Horton also not yet targeted by Simpson. Protection holds up, long throw, it's Cuevas, but no chance. Not much after the catch. A real long shot for Alabama to climb back in this game. Dowd with the punt. Brady drifts back. Coverage is good. Nice.
Continue to execute the way you did in the first half.
4 seasons under Saban at Tuscaloosa, including the 2009 championship season, and they came here.
And so I think that's what has made him be able to figure this out so quickly in Bloomington.
He's a very gifted evaluator of talent. That's partly what he did. A turnaround quite like this. It's not just the number of wins, it's the thing. Scrambles for a first down.
Yeah, I think that's a lead draw. I mean, watch the linemen get out in front. This is something that, again, they'll sprinkle in, especially in those 3rd and 2 to 5s. And he, you know, again, it's not pretty, but it is very effective with those long legs at 6'5". Finds room, good blocks downfield, gets behind him for first down yardage.
Black spun down. Yeah, most of the time
over Alabama.
Mendoza on the move is being chased, but he's going to get away from Big Tim Keenan. Get around the corner. Ball knocked
Just talking about his legs being a factor. This time, right away, there's penetration with Tim Keenan. He's obviously going to be able to outrun him. Picks up a nice block by Nowakowski. And then because of the man coverage, he's able to just pick up. Once he got outside, those defensive backs have their backs to him, and he comfortably runs downfield. Indiana be off schedule. Get him behind the sticks.
Pitch to the edge. This is Cooper. Had the touchdown late in the half. And he is going to drag.
Much bigger commitment from the university, making football a priority.
Black just continues to do what he's done all. If Indiana builds on this lead, another potentially time-consuming drive is Hemby.
Rotating things really on both sides of the football.
Mendoza scanning, and once again will take off. Goes right up the middle.
Well, I want you to watch the left guard just to give you an idea of the energy and the attitude here in protection. Watch Drew Evans. You need some help? Bang. Him. How's that? And then, everybody's covered downfield. At one point, they're going to realize at 15, the Heisman sees grass, and he's taking it.
3rd and 1, looking to throw. Launching to the end zone. Surratt's out there. Touchdown Hoosiers. Pouring it on. "24-yard strike."
Easy. He's on the outside to your far left. You'll see him come into play. A little slant and goes right by the freshman. Ball's thrown right where it needs to be. The offensive line has a heck of a drive. Indiana takes their first possession, and after stopping Alabama's offense, they go right.
The defense, and now let's see Austin Mack, 6'6", redshirt sophomore from Northern California. Meaningful snaps. Simpson's played vast majority, just 13 for 16 as a passer. On the move here, big fella, pump fake after he was beyond the line. Mahomes.
SEC.
Big time, looking at a Big Ten semifinal. The Hoosiers finish the job here. Mack steps up, slings it downfield. Jeremy Bernard in stride, tight ropes, 34 yards.
Well, Bernard to go here and then down the sideline, but it's really this route that affects the corner by Cuevas. Watch him affect the eyes to the inside. That opens it up down the boundary. Good job of locating that as Pons, 5, who's one of the top corners in the country. He got distracted there with that inside route. And as I said,
and Austin Mack in for Ty Simpson. It's his game from on out, and he finds Cuevas on the sidelines.
With too many receivers, you can see Pons, he's trying to communicate because he knew Cuevas went down that sideline. He's pointing.
Williams goes in motion. And Mack on the move. Lowers the shoulder and will be knocked down at the
red zone defense in the nation.
Mack from the pocket, slings it to Hill. It was an inaccurate throw. And they bring it. Mack stands, delivers. It was behind Brooks.
Sure, they showed pressure from the left, ended up bringing it from the right. He had just enough time to get it out because it had to come out quickly. There's that pressure right there. Hardy's always involved in trying to get there. Try to go to the back shoulder.
From the board here. Final 3 minutes of the 3rd quarter.
Coordinator adjusted well, got Mendoza in position to run the ball better and gave him time to throw.
Tide showing more man coverage.
Terms most of this game.
2nd and 10 run. Back spun around for Bama, then coming in behind against Oklahoma. They bring pressure here. Mendoza again gets it out. One more completion against the blitz, and that's Nowakowski, the tight end, rambling into Alabama territory.
Do these 2 receivers work here, and they affect the safety because the tight end's going to eventually catch the ball. But watch these 2 receivers almost kind of set a screen there, makes it tougher for the safety, Red Morgan, to be able to come over and make a play. And then an unbelievable job by Nowakowski keeping that play alive. Shaking that would-be tackle, picks up a block by Surratt, and down the sidelines he goes, but make the play in coverage.
Final minute of the quarter, they hurry and run the play up the middle. Look out! Oh, a shoestring tackle.
But this offensive line, led by Pat Coogan, look at them just getting a hat on a hat. They've done it all game long. They've done it one of the best games of the year.
Yep.
The way it went back and forth.
Very entertaining.
Fourth quarter was the difference.
And we still got 14 minutes to go.
Just a matter of time until one of these backs hit that second level and accelerated through it. Ends up being Kalon Black. What a job again. I'm going to brag about this offensive line all night long because they deserve it. These backs are talented, but what a job with the execution of what they're doing up front. Alabama, when you get
Alabama today. Then Austin Mack put together some positive throws and a field goal drive on the move and just fires it into the bench.
Expected, but this is not a surprise to him.
Not at all. Mack, he'll be sacked. That's the first sack.
And he's done that tonight. Here he is right here. He just kind of works to the inside. You know, with Daly down, they talked about how he really needed to be the guy. I mentioned 10 sacks last year, only 1 sack this year. And what a job of finishing and coming up with his 2nd sack of the year.
They've had a bigger impact than that 1 sack would suggest. They've had 13 pressures of Alabama quarterbacks. That's a good number. And on 3rd and a mile, and there's nothing plucky about this underdog group here. This is a sheer display by a really talented, well-balanced.
That's why they're up 31-3, and they're playing like it's 0-0. This isn't enough for them.
Oh, no, I don't disagree at all. That
won a lot of games.
To some, that stuff seems corny these days, but it's very real, and it is a huge part of their success. As Mendoza on the run just continues to sling it downfield to Omar Cooper.
Earlier, and this is one-on-one again against the safety, Deshaun Jones. What a route. Look at that separation. You got one-on-one. You got the Heisman Trophy quarterback. You move the launching point, roll him away from any kind of pressure. You get the safety to turn his back. Easy throw there. And
back to the ground game, and Hemby off the right side falls forward. Looked like a pig roast. That was the week after they had beaten Oregon. So here's breaking free. Hemby has turned to find the end zone.
Watch this entire group and watch just how they work together. Left guard picks up the nose guard. Center climbs up to the linebacker. Then you throw in the physicality and how tough the backs are with Hemby.
Some conversation whether or not he will return for another year at Alabama. I know you believe.
Really helps guys develop so they're more prepared for that next step.
Mack, meanwhile, a pitch. That's it. They've been saying the whole game. You brought it up. This is like a soccer crowd.
Yeah.
Ball better in the air. Almost intercepted.
Elijah Hardy almost had, after this ball gets tipped by Tucker. Watch 21. He's right there. He's got a pick 6. He just doesn't catch it. He was gone.
Mack, long throw. Catch made on the sideline by part 2. Mack, sideways throw. Catch made over there by Hill, who struggles to get out of bounds. You're going to see more.
With development and reps. Very different defense that Trinidad Chambliss will see.
And this pass rush.
Show pressure here, and then bring it here and drop here. Again, it's all this what they've been doing all game long. Try to create some confusion with the offensive line and protection, which they did. Late movement, give them a pre-snap look, end up bringing a different look after the ball is snapped, especially against a young quarterback. But
and they're going to try a reverse flea flicker. Back finds Williams, who catches it way behind the line. Gets a couple blocks. Ryan Williams, look out. He is electric with the ball.
Jet sweep, first of all, right here. Hands it to him. Then a flip. Then back to the quarterback. Look at the convoy out in front. I mean, we saw J.J. McCarthy make that a similar play. Remember where he had to go up and somehow catch against the Ducks.
Well, Cignetti, of course, who was under Saban, uses the rat poison. As Williams makes the catch, uses that rat poison and a heaping. I don't see any of that going on. They're not messing around over there.
Okay.
Pressure again, and off the hands. Those are the Indiana starters who's still in there on defense, bringing pressure off the edge. Mack flips it down. Hill's knocked out of bounds. I think
we got to look down.
It's a 4th down play. Mack, hit, and loses the ball as he's sacked.
Watch this. Center's coming this way. We're going to drop here. You're going to bring pressure here, bring more pressure. They keep working that left side. And the offensive line, look, they're blocking 4 guys or blocking 2, and you got 2 guys blocking 4. That is all Bryant Haynes, the defensive coordinator from Indiana, confusing Alabama's offensive line. We all thought, what would they do without Stephen Daly? Kellen Wyatt's not here. How are they going to...
192, 3 touchdowns. Came up with some clutch runs, passing numbers. Alberto's pretty good too, by the way. Redshirt freshman, went to the same high school, Christopher Columbus High School in Miami. The frontier of perseverance. Not a lot of offers. 17 football camps, 17 of them that mom drove him to as Alberto scoots out of bounds. Older brother, but he's a speedier guy. Very elusive runner. Pulls it this time, could not escape the tackle. National championship.
What a story.
Wide run from Kobe Martin, who gets a rep in the Rose Bowl. Had a lot of love for Beck since he left. I don't really quite understand that. It was kind of like a
I'm thinking more about
idea.
Beck being fired up against Georgia. And I think the Georgia defense will get some big stops in Bloomington. And this football game.
Leave the stadium, these fans. This is the celebration.